You keep replaying the relationship in your mind, wondering what you did wrong, why you couldn't make it work, why you feel so spiritually empty afterward. Everyone tells you to just move on, but something deeper happened that no one seems to understand. You're not imagining things. You're not being dramatic. What you experienced wasn't just a bad relationship. It was a calculated spiritual assault designed to derail your destiny and distance you from God. The enemy doesn't just attack through obvious means like addiction or rebellion. Sometimes his most effective strategy is to send someone into your life who slowly, subtly pulls you away from your purpose, your peace, and your relationship with God. You've ever felt like a relationship left you spiritually drained, emotionally confused, and farther from God than when it started? You need to understand what really happened. Scripture warns us in 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14 that Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. The enemy rarely announces himself with obvious evil. Instead, he comes disguised as exactly what you think you need, someone charming, attractive, who says all the right things at first. But his goal is always the same, to separate you from God's best for your life. Here are the signs you are under spiritual attack through that relationship. First, your prayer life diminished. What once felt natural, talking to God, reading scripture, worship, became forced or non-existent. The person either mocked your faith, made you feel guilty for your convictions, or slowly convinced you that your relationship with God was too much. Second, you found yourself compromising values you never thought you'd compromise. Whether it was moral boundaries, life goals, or core beliefs, you kept adjusting your standards to accommodate their lifestyle. Proverbs 27 verse 17 says, "Iron sharpens iron," but this relationship dulled your spiritual edge instead of sharpening it. Third, the relationship brought chaos, not peace. God is not the author of confusion, 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33, but every interaction left you more anxious, more insecure, more unstable. You walked on eggshells, questioned your own reality, and felt like you were losing yourself in the process. Fourth, your God-given dreams and calling became smaller. Instead of encouraging your purpose, they subtly convinced you to settle for less, to be more realistic, to abandon the dreams God had placed in your heart. This is classic enemy strategy. He knows he can't steal your salvation, so he tries to steal your significance. Finally, the relationship created soul ties that felt impossible to break. Even after it ended, you felt spiritually and emotionally entangled in ways that didn't make sense. This isn't just psychology, it's spiritual warfare. When we connect intimately with someone, we create spiritual bonds that the enemy can use as access points into our lives. You're not crazy for feeling like that relationship was more than just incompatibility. It was spiritual warfare. But here's the beautiful truth. If the enemy fought so hard to derail you, it's because he knows the magnitude of what God has planned for your life. You're a threat to darkness, which is why darkness tried so hard to neutralize you. You survived the attack. You recognized the trap. Now it's time to step into the destiny that relationship was designed to steal. Your breakthrough is on the other side of that bondage. If this message helped you understand your experience, share it with someone who needs this validation. Subscribe for more biblical insights on spiritual warfare. And remember, God's plan for your life is bigger than any attack against it.